First I get all the technology on me. Now I can. Okay. So roughly half a year ago, we started to think about the topic of this conference. And we have this rule that the people that organize the conference also can decide on the topic of the conference. So if anybody questions or asks him or herself, why this? It's because of those people that said, I want to put my time and energy into making this happen. And Lea was one of them, and she proposed the topic to be around language, literature, and creative arts, and how they basically shape relationships between Europe and Africa, between European countries and African countries, and between the people that either live or are from one of those various countries or have their backgrounds in these countries. And now when you think of such a topic, you can always take two approaches. You can take the approach of academia and think, okay, what have I learned in university? And I haven't learned much about that. That's Lea's special area, not mine. And you can think about this topic from the perspective, okay, how does this topic actually play a role in my life? And I realized that it plays a role in my life in two ways. On the one hand, it's one point that I thought was quite interesting is, as you look at me now, I'm from Germany. I grew up in Germany. And most of the people think that, okay, German, of course, one nation, one language. But that's actually not true. Germany has at least 3 official languages, which are like official bureaucratic languages, and has many informal languages, one of them being the language of my father, which is called Plattdeutsch. And he never taught his children this language, because back in the days, people thought it's like people that talk this language are uneducated. So if you want to give your children a future, talk to them the real German, and then you make sure that your children get an education. So nowadays, when he's with his brothers, that's the only language he speaks. He can't speak the normal German with him because he says it feels strange. But to me, he would never speak that language. So that's one area, how this topic affects my life. And another area, which I realized where this topic touches my life, is that I started to blog. I'm writing a blog on feminine entrepreneurship, where a lot of my experiences, which I gathered during my time here in Germany and also in many African countries where I did business consulting, where I reflect on that basically from the perspective of feminine entrepreneurship. And what I love so much about this writing my blog is that it's the first time that I can create and apply my own rules. So when I went to school, I learned a language, and it was the rules of the language of the school. When I went to Ghana, for example, and I was there at the university education system, it was the language, the rules of the English language there. So I had to obey to them, and even worse, the rules of the writing. I was so bad at writing. And now I'm so happy with my blog because I can use language just the way I want to, and nobody can tell me this is wrong. And I can express things, relationships that I observe in a completely different way. And these are things that I would like you to take with you throughout this afternoon and also throughout tomorrow, to basically see beyond the given rules and see how you can use language, literature, creative arts in order to express yourself, but also in order to create relationships and create relations in a way that you think are creative and are basically making something new. So I just hope that you will enjoy the selection of speakers. We took a lot of time to look for external speakers that can give valuable contributions on this topic. We have a lot of beautiful contributions from many of our participants. And yeah, just enjoy the coming presentation. Don't keep yourself back, discuss, give your opinions, because that's what we're here for, to basically grow and learn from each other and each other's feedback.